Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Valentine now from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20.
Well, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Now the first pass of the afternoon is complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Powers through him. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. to throw.
Pass caught. It's Galladay on the out route.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He'll drop to throw. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by the former Giant, Landon Collins. And the Commanders are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Once more, Gibson.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Throwing on 3rd down here.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Azeez Ojulari.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. We're scoreless after 1.
Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt.
This is taken at the 23. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
Here we go. 19,
Second and 2. Forced out to his left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here.
Deion Jones leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Howell.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted.
Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, for incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Looking for Tony on the out route, and he's got him.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw again. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
A give to Barkley out of the gun.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
1st down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning.
Barkley, inside handoff. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a second and just a few inches left.
Gibson toss right. And this is going to be a Commanders first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10.
Powell to the air on 1st and 10.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Little bootleg here. Powell.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
It's Howe with another throw.
This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
From the left hash, it's an even 15-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the third drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
They'll throw now on the final play.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
On second down, a run with Gibson.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
They'll go play action. Howell. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime, But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try.
Touchdown, Washington! And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone. Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game. Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
Doug Peterson says, let's go for two here.
Powell throwing for it.
And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down three and feeling great about themselves.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
And the catch made by Johnson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
Back to throw. That's caught by Galladay. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw here.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Now back to throw.
He's got Bellinger. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37.
They'll look to throw again.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juste. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 15.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. It looked like they were trying to get him outside there, but this defense had different plans.
Yeah, they really had an outside-in kind of a pass rush. It's almost like when you're covering a punt, you can't let...
Under pressure, they got him again.
Kayvon Thibodeau in there to drop him at sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, the risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger.
And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg. But how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On first down, Howell.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Howell. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Third and 1. Howell's going to throw it.
And Marshall's got it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Quick slant here to Woods.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Woods, the receiver, in motion left.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
4th down, Howell, desperation time. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him through. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked up by the former Giant, Landon Collins. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a one-point game.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They run the toss now with Gibson.
He will push his way down to about the 14. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guys in the cornerback position.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Gibson again. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Antonio Gibson.
14 yards.
And the Commanders get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Valentine opting not to return it, and his guys will have it at the 25.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Chase Young
in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear of risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them to completion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
A toss left side for Gibson.
And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage, and time is going to expire in this football game.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Washington,
it's a win that was long overdue as they move to 1-6 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Giants, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10.